Hold on. Oh, sitting up. Sitting it all up. Sitting it all up. Hold on. I think, we are live on YouTube. We're live now. Hold on, let me just quit this down.
It's so funny how over time, you see, we get less and less, we get more and more relaxed about being there, you know. It becomes like...
It's second nature, babe.
Yes.
We're getting used to it. That's the scary thing, right? Flipping hell. Right,
well, the good news and the bad news.
Hold on. Let me just turn this down. I've got to share this. Hold on. I've got you speaking to me. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just share this.
We're getting used to it. That's the scary.
I can see you. I can see me. Right, share. Share. Copy link. Let's close that down. Oh, I love you too flipping much. You don't understand. Right, here we go. I'm just so glad.
Do you hear me well, Daniel? The other day I had some issues with my mic.
You're clear as a bell. I'm just going to do...
Clear as a bell.
Life post. I'm posting. I'm like a post in the ground. Let me just share it on my Now page. Share it on the Now Coach. Oh, my Susie. My Susie. Where's my Now Coach? Here we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I know. You're doing good.
You are. You're amazing. You flipping are.
Oh, yeah.
Publish, right. I'm good, I think. Posted. I'm back. Right, let me just put this back on charge. Oh, my, right. Good morning, Facebook world, YouTube world, world in general. Good morning, flipping universe. Good morning, Suzana.
Good morning.
Today, we are going to be doing our therapy chats. And we were going to just talk about life in general, about the mind and how we see our whole world, and how to maybe take some control over that as well. Suzana's an incredible ayurveda. Now, I've known you for how many months now? Flipping hell. How do you say it? Ayurveda? Ayurveda.
It comes from Ayur, which means life, and Veda, which means science. So it's the science of life. Ayurveda.
You're an amazing practitioner of Ayurveda.
Ayurveda. I'm still working on my course, by the way. I hope it will be ready within a month. It's fantastic. It's so complex to do.
Tell me everything.
Because I'm going to discuss about the philosophy of Ayurveda and cosmology, so you understand your true nature, the mix of divine and material, the divine and matter in you. And then I'm going to explain the doshas, the elements that compose your body and how you can recognize them in your body and how they manifest when they are imbalanced, how to balance them through food, through meditation, through pranayama, and of course about the mind. But it's a very, very complex course. Probably it will be in 3 modules. And the first one will be just, the basics, the philosophy and the theory, and then to identify a constitution and to understand what type of food is good for you. And then the third part is more like psychology of Ayurveda.
That's amazing.
How to understand your mind, how to best use your mind, because mind is just an instrument of perception. And it is not who you are. And so mind is like, I like the metaphor that they use in the Ayurvedic texts, comparing to a piece of iron that you put in the fire that gets red and luminous because of the power of the fire, but in itself, it is not luminous. So that's how your mind is. The mind is basically activated by the power of the consciousness, of that all-pervading consciousness that is everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's not conscious in itself. Mind.
Exactly.
Mind is an instrument.
Well, the thing is, everything around us, we pick up on an unconscious level anyway. So our unconscious, which is just like everything, our conscious mind only takes a tiny little bit of our conscious world. So when you look at that, it's almost, it's just a small fraction of who we are, our conscious mind. So when we tap into that subconscious mind and tap into that.
Well, you see, that's the thing. The tricky part is that it's not even that. Because you see, when we are to look and we do meditation, and you observe your mind and what it's doing and all the thoughts or the fluctuations that come in your mind, in Ayurveda, if you want, we're going to talk about it later, but just to give you a brief example, at the base of each thought, behind each thought, there is only one thought, which is the I thought, that I am thought.
Okay.
So it starts with that. That's what we call the ego, right? So because you think you are this, I am, the thought I am is at the base of any other thought. So as long as you have that, you're going to be in that illusion, impression that you are separated from the rest.
That's right.
But we're going to talk about that later if you want.
Oh, I am is the most important thing that you'll ever say to yourself. And the words that we speak about ourselves are the most important things that we'll ever say. So, we have to be very mindful of this. And especially in a time like what we're going through, it's so easy to be dampened down all the time by just everything all around us. It's like a big flipping whirlwind. And it's like, do you know what? Yesterday, it was really mad because I really try and stay present and focused and
now state.
Yeah, I really try and just concentrate on the now and what I can do and what feels right as well to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dictated to like on a, I'm not sensible. Does that make sense?
Yes,
yes. But I'm also like, I'm not one that's going to go out raving with 1,000 million people and not wear masks and all that kind of stuff. I'm not one of those people, but I'm also very much in tune of who I am and what I feel, what I feel around me and what I pick up on and it's almost like the people out, the governments, they really don't know what they're doing anyway. I mean, nobody knows what they're doing.
Nobody knows what they're doing.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
anything.
knows.
And it's almost like everyone's almost being dumbed down. And it's like, hold on a minute, let's go into ourselves. What feels right? We have everybody. We're looking after everyone else. We're not only ourselves. We've got to be on this planet for everything and everyone and everybody and every animal and everything. That's why we're here. If we're not here for that, then why the hell are we on this planet? What is the point, right? So instead of getting dampened down and being told we can't do this and we can't do that and this is dangerous and this is, how about looking inside and like maybe finding out what we really truly believe and what we can do. What can we do? Not what we can't do. It's so important. And yesterday, this is what I was going back to. I flit around. You know what I'm like? So yesterday, I felt like I was flying, right? I got in such a high vibrational state just by a positive attitude. I put on some music on my phone, right? And it was songs that I just loved. And I started dancing outside, just dancing like a complete nutter, right? I didn't care. I don't care who sees me. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I couldn't care less, right? I'm dancing outside and in the rain, there's rain coming down. And I was underneath my little pagoda and I thought, stop this, I'm going out in the rain as well, right? So I'm dancing in the rain and my energy, my body, it was vibrating. It was like, I felt so good. And then I had 3 pupils and I was teaching them. And because I was on that level, well, I was attracting, I can't even begin to tell you. So one of my pupils, I have two young girls, everything's socially distanced. I teach very carefully now. Everything's like, I've got glass, studio doors and everything. It's all set
up for that.
I want to keep everybody
COVID
safe, right? COVID secure, right? But this is like, it's a sensible thing as well. It's like, no one wants to get this thing, right?
Yeah.
So no, I teach like that. And before I started teaching, I watched this thing on Facebook, and it was one of my friends, which is an incredible singer. She was in Shack Attack as well, right? She is in Shack Attack. And she posted a video of her singing with another singer. And it was a mashup of Barbra Streisand and Judy Garland's song. And she'd mashed this song together, right? And it was just brilliant. I thought, oh my God, that would work really well with my pupils, right? So one of my pupils, so I took them in the room and I was like, have you heard this before? And I played with them. They're both looking at me as if I'm like 100 years old. They're like looking at me going, is she for real? And I was like, well, maybe we can learn it. And they're looking at me and they said, yeah, we'll learn it. I said, hold on a minute. I said, well, what song do you want to sing? Right. So I'm just being guided here, right? What song do you want to sing? So they decided to sing Yours, Ella Henderson. So they were singing that and they were singing it lovely. We did all harmonies and everything. And all of a sudden, what popped into my head was another song, which was Beautiful by James Blunt, right? And we were doing a cut down acoustic version of Yours, Ella Henderson. And I started singing Beautiful, You're Beautiful, It's True, that one, yeah, over the top of what they were singing. And do you know what? It worked. It mashed in perfectly. And it was just sent. And not everything does. Do you know what I mean? You can't just sing anything with everything, you know, it just doesn't work.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this worked. And I played, they were singing their song and I sang You're Beautiful over the top of it. And I was like, they're looking at me like that. And I'm like, can you learn this? Because they didn't know You're Beautiful. I said, learn that. Because it's not so old now. Now we're going back into the 2000s, you know. We're not going back in the 60s or 70s.
Still 20 years ago, you know.
Oh, man. Isn't it?
Can't believe it.
But it worked. And it was a beautiful message in the songs. And everything was just lovely.
Yeah.
And I've told them to go away, learn that. And next week, we're going to mash it together because it works. And it was just like, because I was on this vibration.
Yeah.
Everything was just coming to me. It just attracts. And any dark that's in our lives can just be extinguished by the power of positivity and happiness. And
I would say not positivity. I would say truth.
Well, yeah, truth. But it's also, it is a positivity.
Truth, because you know, just to give an example, because I was, sorry, you want to finish the story first.
That's it. No, just basically, to me,
yeah.
I mean, we're all living in this same flipping nightmare. Right?
Yes,
in one view of things, it is a nightmare. Our whole worlds are different. I mean, whatever way you look at it, it's something that everybody is on the planet going through.
Yeah.
This, right? And my heart is just going out to everybody. But also, what can we get from this and how can we change our perspective on the situation to raise our vibration so that we can raise the vibration of humanity, lift everything up, and then the darkness will go. The darkness has to go. It has to. So this is my
Well, darkness is only the absence of light, right?
Absolutely.
So there's nothing really to fight there. That's the thing. That's the greatest illusion of all time. We believe that there's something we need to fight against, is the negative or the negativity, or
it's like living in fear. Living in fear.
It's just the absence. Fear is just absence of love. It's just ignorance of who we are. That's what, you know, they talk about in the Ayurvedic texts as well.
Please talk to me about that, because honestly, I mean, I'm doing everything that I possibly can do, and it's not because it's forced, because it's just how I am, and it's just who I am. It's how I live, and it's how I choose to live, and how I choose to see the world. Because, you know, it's so easy to focus on the negatives in life and to focus on what you can't do. But I don't want to focus on that. I would rather die happy than die in fear, and I would rather live happy than live in fear. So I choose life and I choose happiness. Bang, done.
Yeah, but you're strong and you can do it, and you are aware that you can make this choice. But think of many other people, they don't even know that they can have that.
Oh, I know that.
Have that choice. That's what the thing is. That's what the thing is.
But everybody is human. We're all connected, and we, you know, when you're with someone and we can connect on that level, we share energy, don't we? Like, that's what we do. We're energetic beings. So just by being with someone, it can raise you up, you know, and just take it on and just get more of that, you know. Oh, I'm so passionate about it, Susie. I really am.
Yeah, I feel that, and I'm grateful for you. Because how many times I wrote you and I called you because I needed help and support and positivity. So, you know,
we help each other.
We help each other. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I had an interview the other day with, it's a new interview coming, so I hope you'll watch it. It's the wife of one of my masters, if you want, my teachers during my life, who was doing and teaching rebirthing. I don't know if you've heard of him, Leonard Orr.
Ooh.
Tells you something?
It's
that conscious breathing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I met him a long time ago, and I went to do a retreat with him. So it's in my path. I never actually really went into doing it for others, but as my personal growth and expansion experience, he was on my path. So I used some of the tools that he was teaching, and I liked him a lot. I mean, he was a very interesting character, and he passed away last year. In September. And so I had an interview with his wife that is ready to continue, who's ready to continue his work. And so we had a very beautiful interview. I finished it, actually, it's online, but I wait for her okay to make it public for everybody. And she said something very interesting. That's why I'm mentioning this, because she mentioned something at the end, because I asked her, do you have any advice? It's like for people that are watching this, going through this the weirdest situation ever, pandemic situation. And she said there are two things that I would like to tell to people. First one is stay connected with others and create a little, or be part of a community, be part of a group, have a small discipline, have a practice to support. She said we always believe that we have to go and get help when things are getting bad. But actually, we are entitled, and we can have a support system all the time.
Yeah, we can.
She says we are tribe people. We are tribal. We are used to living in tribes and to live in small communities and to have the support from each other, do things for each other and support each other, and which is not happening anymore. And not necessarily because of the crisis now, but even before, everybody's on their own. Everybody buys a big house, a big car, and everybody goes on their own way and tries to display a happy and fulfilled, successful image, when actually inside sometimes is not the case. So we kind of lost that sense of a real community. Yeah. And not necessarily in sense of therapy. Hi, I'm Suzana, I'm an alcoholic. Not only in that sense.
I can help you with that, Susie.
Depressed Anonymous. I'm laughing, but I know it's not funny, but it's best to laugh about these things than to take them too seriously. So, we don't have that concept anymore of having this real connection, of real support. Yeah. If you think of relationships, how are they? How would you define them now? I mean, we have the family, which we have some love. Sometimes it's not love. Sometimes it's all kind of challenging situations and emotions that you have to deal with. Then you have some friends, then you have the work relationship, then there's lots of marketing, especially these days, where people connect with you because it could be a business opportunity. And I've been part of a seminar where, they were saying, well, all your friends, you can invite them, make friends with everybody. So you never know, is it a friend or he just wants to sell me something afterwards? So how would you define, what is the real relationship between us? Danielle, what is it? Between us, and not necessarily as I said, as a healer, therapist versus patient, or I'm in need and you're in need, or I need you, you need me. How else can we define the relationships between us?
We are two energetic souls that met at a time that was very important to connect. And when you, this is not about selling, this is not about, getting, I want this from you, or this is nothing like that. It's never been like that.
I know, but see, that's what it is, even now.
Connection.
In the business world is this opportunity or to make contacts.
Do you know
people
what?
make contacts because it could be good for business.
Suzana,
and it's okay. I agree with that, and I want to have contacts for business because I want, I have to live of what I'm doing. Yeah. But how else can we connect with people without having that idea in mind? What else connects us, Danielle?
It's the human level. It's the human.
Yeah, how? But how? Let's be very concrete. How?
By doing what we're doing. By doing exactly what we're doing, so that people know that there are people like them out there, and that it isn't all about them. I mean, I stepped out of the business world many, many times because I didn't feel myself like the people that are surrounded me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with those people. Everyone, everyone is here for their own reasons. But I didn't connect with that. And as a human being, I'm really, really am here on this planet.
Yeah.
but to do whatever I'm meant to do. And I don't know what I'm meant to do on this planet. All I know is that when I feel good, when I feel that I am being my authentic self and not trying to be anything that I'm not, then I'm happy.
Yeah. No, but I think it's also because, you see, you cannot, that's the challenge of our times with all this social media, because you have hundreds and thousands of friends that are not really friends. So I think, because we were talking earlier before starting recording, that it's good to according to who you are, according to your values, according to what counts and matters to you, to start to reconnect with people that have common values, people that have common interests, even if it's just for a painting class, even if it's just, I don't know, your religion, your meditation practice, whatever that is. I think it's important to go back to these little communities and find those spaces and this smaller group of people that will give you that kind of feeling that you belong there. We need to feel that we belong, because see, that's what I wanted to talk about and about Ayurveda today, that in Ayurveda, we apply the opposite principle. I think I told you already, right? So when things go imbalanced one way, you have to apply the opposite principle to reestablish the balance. If it's too cold, you apply heat, right? If it's too dry, you apply humidity, and so on and so forth. And when it comes to mind and situations like this, when there's too much agitation, there's too much change, what do we need to apply? Stability, feeling grounded, feeling that you belong. Because it could be in many people's life, in many people's mind now, this could be, oh my God, it's cool, we have to eradicate, our society was wrong. But we are 7 billion to follow this, and you can't just apply some changes like too fast, too much at the speed that we can't digest them.
No. It
creates too much pain. It can create diseases. It can create mental problems. It can create imbalances of all sorts. So we have to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
And my idea is that, okay, the society as it is, it goes that way. If us as individuals, we do the effort to calm down, to settle, to create this feeling of stability, to go back to your roots, go back to your good old habits. Okay, when the law allows it to meet your family, if you can, and if to go out, but start to go back to what matters, to the real, true values of your heart and soul. I mean, progress is not necessarily, not everything that is coming in the future is necessarily progress. No. I mean, we have this idea in mind that things of the past are old and, how do you call them? Outdated and, no longer valid, and everything that comes now and everything that comes in the future is progress and we are just evolving. It's not true. I mean, look at your life. How many times you did the same mistake?
Oh God, yeah.
How many times we do things that are not making sense just because I'm not going to say how old I am now.
21.
21. Thank you. 25. Okay, let's be honest here.
Yeah, well, we are.
I mean, just because I'm 25, it doesn't mean that at 25 I'm not going to make mistakes, right? So it has nothing to do with progress. There are certain things that are happening now that are creating imbalances. And when there's too much vata, which in Ayurveda and Sanskrit means wind. Wind means too much change, too much agitation.
Okay, change, like it.
Yes. When it's too much of it, I mean, it's good. Change is good, but it has to be balanced out by some stability and being rooted and grounded. Yeah. Else, we can lose it.
Oh, yeah.
So, to my opinion, reflecting on it and looking at myself, because I'm also of a vata constitution, wind constitutions. I'm already by nature agitated and active, and
why?
You are more of a water type, but I haven't seen you in person. We have to have a consultation for that.
I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, me too.
For goodness sake.
So let me just finish my idea.
Please.
Vata is imbalanced, and what we leave now, it's an imbalance of vata. It's too much movement, too much change, too much agitation, too much instability. What we need to apply is stability. Find that area of stability and focus on it. Forget about everything else for now. If the religion is your source of comfort, go to your little church or do your prayer. If your spiritual practice is your support, do that. meet with your support group, do meditation in group, do your yoga if that's what it is for you, or just do a gardening class or whatever it is that brings you down to what matters to you at a deeper level, and keep doing that.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
oh, Susie, that's just
and stay focused on action, because that's what also is balancing out the vata, the agitation. Because when vata is imbalanced, what happens? Vata is the dosha that is in charge with the nervous system.
right.
Okay? So when there's too much vata in your body, there's too much activity in your nervous system. There's too many thoughts. There's too many worries, and then eventually you can have a burnout. I mean, there's no joke about it. So vata is very dangerous because it can create all kind of physical, chemical imbalances in your body. It's not just about like positive thinking.
Yeah.
So you get to feel physical symptoms because of it.
Yeah.
So you need to eat meals. To focus on preparing your meal itself is something that is grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prepare your meal with full attention. Sit down and eat your meal fully. Enjoy the pleasure of the taste in your mouth. Take care of the body. Take hot, warm baths. Do self massages. All these are very nourishing and calming and grounding for vata dosha.
It's like being your own best friend, like exactly I always say that to any of my clients.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say to your own best friend? What advice would you give them? Because that's what you have to do for yourself, because you are your own best friend. You're the one that's going to be stuck with you every day for the rest of your life, right? So you might as well like yourself. In fact, you might as well love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you just can't love anyone else.
Yeah.
You can't give what you can't have. You can't. It's impossible.
I know.
Give out to the world what you don't have.
Absolutely.
In any area.
Yeah. And thinking of your positivity, because you mentioned positivity earlier, and I said, okay, I know you because I know you, and you can do that. You can just, go like this, full force, full engine. But I wanted to share a little trick, like how to use your mind properly when you experience some negative emotions.
Yeah.
And when you feel negative, when you feel down. And let's take an example. Give me an example of some sort of negative feelings we might have these days because of what's happening.
Oh God.
Let's take an example.
No,
something that you felt recently.
Where do you start? Oh, okay.
Else I can find. I have plenty.
Oh no, something negative. Okay, being dictated to like a child.
Yeah. So what emotion is that? How does that make you feel?
Frustration. It's a frustration.
Frustration.
Yeah.
It's good you say that, because it's exactly what I was feeling the other day.
Yeah.
Like I feel fed up, like really fed up, sometimes. Okay. So let's say you feel that way, and you just listen to Danielle and you'd like to feel like her, being in the flow, being connected, being positive. How do you get there? How do you get there? No, just asking, like generally, how do we get there?
You tell me, because I want to know.
See? So this is, I tell you, this is a way to do it.
I'm waiting. Oh, I do it my way, right?
I see. You just ask a question and you brought me into a good mood. See, that's a gift. This is you. I mean, you are the positivity. So that's why it's easy for you, because you are it. Okay.
I love positivity. I'm not like that every day. Trust me. You ask my son. When my son's giving me teenageitis, I'm like, I have my moments.
How old is he? He's a teenager already?
No, he's not, but he gives me teenageitis.
Okay.
He's 10.
Right. Get ready.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's say you feel frustrated, I was in the car the other day and I was feeling exactly that. And there was all these thoughts coming in your mind, like blah, 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 blah. I can't believe I can't do this. And this is not. So there are thoughts happening behind any emotion that you're feeling. So what I did and what I decided to do and what I wrote about in my course in Ayurveda, if you take the class in the future, you'll find out all kinds of tricks like this. So first of all is to realize that you're not feeling good. And the good thing about negative emotions is that they give you an unpleasant feeling, so it's easy to recognize them. I mean, you can't just miss a negative feeling, right? So you feel that frustration. So you just say, okay, what am I feeling right now? And then you say it out loud. You say frustration. Okay, so then you take a deep breath and you say, okay, this is frustration. This is frustration. All right, cool. So what have I done to create this frustration? So earlier when I asked you to pick up a negative emotion, what have you done? You looked for what? You searched for a picture, for a thought, for an inner dialogue?
A feeling.
A feeling?
A feeling.
How did you search for that feeling?
In my gut, because that's what I feel it. If I feel frustration, I feel it in my gut.
In your gut. Okay, so but if I'm asking you to think of this situation, this pandemic, and you feel frustrated, what will you do to get to that point of frustration?
I don't want to get to that point.
No, let's do it for the sake of it, because that's the thing. People are scared of negative emotions.
No, I know.
But there's nothing wrong. You know what is a negative emotion?
No, it's not that I'm scared of it, because I feel it. I feel stuff, but I tend to put out the fire with the water. So like I will raise my vibration so that the fire's there, and it's not going to stop me from feeling those things, because it's part of me, and I accept that. But also, what can I do about that thing?
But that's just for the purpose of the exercise. For the purpose of the exercise.
Yeah. Go on. God.
So let's say you feel frustration. You say out loud, okay, this is frustration. It's good to say it in personal like this. I feel frustration. This is frustration. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, this is frustration.
This is frustration. It's very interesting. I'm feeling this frustration. It's interesting. Okay. What have I done, or what am I doing to connect to this frustration?
Yeah. What have I done?
What am I doing? What am I doing to connect to this frustration? What have I done?
Allowing it, right? We're allowing.
So what have you done earlier to connect to that frustration? There must have been some thoughts there. You must have said something. What was it?
It's more of a stuff what I've heard.
Yes. What type of thought that you heard that created that frustration?
Oh gosh. So it's the whole the lockdown again.
The lockdown again. Okay.
Raising into tier 2.
Okay. So what type of thought?
Not knowing for real what's going on, knowing that there's, there is problem in the area, and being raised to a tier 2, which I'm not sure if what they're doing is working or not working.
Well, so I'm not sure what they're doing is working or not working. So let's say that's a thought that creates the frustration.
That is massively a thought.
Okay, cool. So let's say, is this thought, then you can ask yourself, okay, is this thought serving me right now in what I'm doing?
No.
All right. So if I decide it is not serving me, what thought would I like to choose instead?
Empowerment.
Yeah, we'll sound like what? Let's be very.
Empowerment will sound like
concrete here. So I don't know whether this is working or not working. What can I replace it with so that I feel more at ease and more like, present in what I'm doing now?
Trusting life.
Yeah, but how would it sound as a thought?
How does it come as a thought? Instead of the frustration?
Instead of that frustration. No, instead of that thought that I'm not sure whether this is not going to work.
Well, I'm sure what I'm doing is good enough to protect myself and my family.
Yeah, okay. So I choose to stay connected with what matters to me and stay safe for myself and my family.
Yeah, I'm choosing to do what I can do to protect
I'm choosing to do what I can do right now. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So now we found a thought that will replace that one. Nice. And how would I like to feel instead? Rather than feeling frustrated about something I can't control, how would I like to feel instead right now?
In control.
Control.
Of myself. Of my, I am.
As a state, as a feeling.
Just trust. A trust feeling, a happiness feeling, a love feeling, a connection. That's the word.
Yeah, I like to feel connected right now, right?
Yeah.
I like to feel connected. So what can you do next? What can you do next?
Pick up the phone.
You just affirm and say, I choose to feel connected.
I choose to
right now.
Right now.
Yeah. And you can do a gesture that, symbolizes for you something, you're receiving something or being connected. Like, okay, I'm receiving being connected right now.
Yeah.
And then let it work for you. So I know it sounds long because we've done all this search. This is the process. How am I feeling? I feel frustrated. Okay, this is frustration. Interesting. What have I done to feel frustrated? Okay, I thought that this is too much for me to cope with.
Yeah.
too much for me to cope with. Okay, is this true? Does it serve me in what I'm doing now? I don't think so. What would I like to? I want to feel that I can cope with everything. And how do I like to feel? Well, I like to feel connected. I like to feel like I'm connected with the source of life. I like to feel like I am the source of life. Thank you. And just by doing this, it's like, see, not even feel like what? Not even a minute. You go through this over and over, and something eventually shifts, because your mind is more powerful than you think.
Oh God, yeah.
And we are scared. We are scared of feeling these negative emotions. We are so afraid of them, but actually what they are, you see, they're just a thought at the back of your mind. It's a belief somewhere, and it's a sensation in your body. That's all it is about it. There's nothing real and tangible apart from the sensation in your body. There's nothing there.
No.
It's scary, but when you look at it and you recognize what it is, and then you see what's the cause of it, you remove the cause, you look at it in the face, you are okay. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm feeling anxious now. Oh, this is a panic attack. Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. So what was the thought and the feeling behind that?
Yes. And what's the thought and the feeling about that? The other day I was driving in the car, and because I just left my daughter at the university, and I was missing her. I felt lonely. So I was driving, and there's this pressure in my chest. So I said, okay, what is this loneliness? I feel lonely. And I was like crying. I feel, okay, this is loneliness. Okay, let's just breathe through that. So what's the thought? Well, the thought is that I'm far away from my daughter. Because, your mind can come up and say, well, look at it. This is real. You are far away from your daughter. And I said, okay, but how would I like to, what is truth though beyond that? And I said, okay, I'm connected with her beyond time and space anyway.
Yeah.
I'm connected with her beyond time and space. So I said that out loud. Okay, I'm connected with her beyond time and space. And anyway, having this feeling is not helping me, is not helping her, and is not bringing her closer right now anyway. And is not helping with what I'm doing, which is driving. So what do I want to feel now? I want to feel connected. I want to feel in the flow. I want to feel love. I want to feel just that love that I have for her, and let that love spread all over my body.
Yes.
So this is a sort of an inner dialogue where you can use your mind properly, because else mind uses you. Mind thinks you. You don't think your mind. Mind thinks you if you don't pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what you think of that, but not everybody is Danielle that is so freaking, excuse my French, positive. Jesus, you are amazing, and I love you. Thank you for that. Oh. But this is something you can do by yourself when you drive in your car, you take a shower, when you, I don't know, prepare your papers and you feel something there. Stop the bloody TV.
Turn it off.
and do this quick exercise and see what happens. It's amazing.
I think that's so magic. It's so quick and magic.
So you remember the steps? Can you?
Yeah. So
say them again for everybody listening.
So what's the feeling?
What's the feeling?
What were you thinking when you got that feeling? What was the thought process to get that feeling?
Yes.
Does it serve me now? Does it serve me right this moment? And if not, what would I choose to be thinking? And what is the truth? What is the reality of the situation that what I can be thinking? And then I am.
Yeah, I choose that.
I choose it.
I choose it.
I think that's brilliant. And it's very simple, very quick, and anyone can do that.
Well, if you don't have time for that, just simply say, well, if you feel a panic attack with kid, okay, of course, you always have to follow what the doctor tells you. So we never want to, people to believe that we replace here any medical treatments. So we want to be very clear about that. But you have to start to assume that power and assume that responsibility of your own body. I mean, who else will decide for you but yourself? See, all diseases and all problems, they start from this idea behind, at the background of your mind, that you can't, that you are little, that you are powerless, that you have to be told, you have to be taught, you have to be, I don't know, forced to do certain things, or somebody else should do it for you. There's lots of things. It doesn't cut off the help, and it's not contradicting at all what we were saying before, to be in that harmony relationship with others and have that support from others. But you are the master of your own thoughts.
Absolutely.
And we
And
are
when
not
did
in the
it start?
company. Sorry?
When did those issues, when did those challenges, the things that we went, you know, the beliefs that we have, the limiting beliefs that we have, when did they start? Who told us that we had to, that we, you know, to make us feel small? Who told us that we were powerless? Who told us that?
Well,
that,
you see, Danielle, we're made of memories. Everything in you
we
is
are.
memory.
We are a memory. That's it. We are.
You're just a bag of memories. Sorry if you thought that you're more than that. Very concretely speaking, we are bags of memories.
Yeah, we are. We are. But that's the thing. We can choose how we see our memories, and that's why NLP so magic.
Yeah.
Because we can go back and look at a situation that we put all of that power on, all that power on that thing that happened to us when it wasn't when it was a problem, when it turned that point, and we can look through different eyes and reframe it and see what was really going on there, and tell all the problems that our young you was experiencing. Answer those questions and just change the whole of our neurology just by going back. And I think that's so magic, and it's so powerful, because that's what we are. We are memories. So choose to make our memories empowering.
Well, actually, we are composed, we're made of memories. Who we really are is what is aware of these memories.
We're aware of these memories.
Is the awareness that is aware of these memories. This is who you really are. We are Ayurveda, the Vedic texts, they tell us that we are this permanent association between matter and consciousness, between spirit and matter, and that everything that is changeable in us, it's matter, and everything that stays the same and never changes is permanent, is the consciousness, is the soul, is Purusha. So we are always an association between these two. And the role is to use everything that we have, including our mind, which is also matter. Mind is matter, according to the Vedic texts, to direct it towards the consciousness, to direct it towards the truth of who we are. As long as we think that we are all these levels and all this level of matter and memory, the body and the thinking and the emotions and the beliefs and so on and so forth, as long as we believe that we are that, we are going to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the law, in the universe of matter, everything changes and everything transforms, never stays the same, you know. And I was thinking, what was the other thought that we wanted to talk about? I was mentioning to you about my daughter. Yes, what creates suffering is the expectation of things to be perfect.
That's right, the shoulds.
It's comparing the shoulds.
Yeah.
So this is why we get to be unhappy. And I was mentioning to you, and I can share it here briefly. My daughter goes through some health issues, and she's only 18. And of course, it's very, very challenging for me. And I've observing myself, I noticed that actually the thought that we should have been doing something else now, and she should have just been able to go to school without having to go through these issues. And me, I should have been able just to do my work projects instead of running through doctor appointments and stuff like that. And I realized that was giving me more pain and more suffering than the physical problem itself. We are always comparing our life to what it should be, where it should have been, what it could have been. But life is what is. Yeah, what is there on your plate right now? This is life.
Yes, it is.
And through yoga and Ayurveda, of course, these are spiritual sciences. What they ask us to do is to dare to see the beauty and to see to be in the consciousness, to be in that love, no matter what. Because we tend to believe that when it's going to be perfect outside, we're going to feel happy inside.
So not true.
So that's why we're rushing. Look at us as a society where we came. Yeah. Okay, technology is good. We can, take advantage of unprecedented comfort in our civilization. It's true. But look how desperately we try to fix everything without leaving anything. I mean, even this pandemic, maybe it just starts our fear of death, our fear of facing our mortality, and inability to manage our own bodies.
This is the thing. And the thing is with this pandemic as well, that really cuts me is the fact that, okay, I understand it's completely, you can catch it. It's one of those things, but it's they're making people go into hospital. They're really ill people, and being isolated, and all of these negative things that they're putting on a virus.
Yeah.
Okay, it spreads, but then some people, as they've admitted, it doesn't do anything to them. This is something that is hit at humanity. We deserve to be together with our loved ones at birth and at death, right? Okay, and okay, this virus can spread,
and in between.
But who's exactly, and in between. But who's to say that if we catch it, that it's going to do anything to us at all, or if it does do something to us, it is another virus, it's another illness. But I want to be, God forbid anything happens to my family, I want to be there at the best times and the worst times. And it's just like, it's almost like a personal right. It's a human right to be able
not even right. It's not about rights. I think it's simply the fundamental of who we are. It is our definition of being
when
human.
Someone's dying of cancer, when someone's dying of the flu, when someone's dying of another disease, we're allowed to be with them. But it's because no one knows this virus. No one knows what it's going to do to whom or what or where. It's the unknown, right?
Well, I don't think it's that much unknown anymore, because it's been 6 months already, and we've seen what it's done. It's not as scary as bad as, okay, there are some bad cases, but it's not as scary as I thought it would be. It's not as deadly as I thought it would be. OMS came a few days ago saying that the second wave is much lighter, and there's a second wave of pandemic is not going to be as important, and that people got immunity. And I mean, can we just stop counting the deaths out of this? Because else we have to start counting the deaths out of everything else. And then we're going to all get depressed, and better just, kill ourselves before everything else happens, because, that's the only way to get out of it. We live in a human body. Human body gets sick. Human body has diseases. Human body can heal itself. Some people die of certain diseases. We all die of something in the end. And welcome to planet Earth. This is what it is.
That's right. You're exactly. And the thing is, we're all going to die of something in the end. But I don't want to die on my own. I want to die with the people that I love around me. Flipping Nora. And this is where the problem is. It's because of the isolation. It's because of the fact that everyone's seen as they might have the lurgy. God, when we were at school, we used to run away from the people that had the lurgy, right? Yeah. God, mentally, that's pretty screwed up for a kid, because we had the lurgy, right?
So see, now we got all the thoughts behind the frustration. So what would you like? What would we like to feel instead?
This is yes. I want to feel connected. I want to feel not isolated. I want to feel love. I want to feel togetherness. I want to feel in tune with nature and my family and the world and the universe and the planet and everything. I want to be on that level. I don't want the isolation and the negativity and the pain and the suffering and all of those things that come hand in hand with it. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to choose that.
No. And me too. I want to feel connected. I want to feel that I belong here. I want to feel that I have the right to exist in this world as I am, and that I have the right, and I want to feel connected with, as you said, with nature, with what is beautiful, what is true and real, connected to my faith, to my God. I want to feel connected with all that.
Thing is,
and I choose that, and the heck what happens around me, because
I'm one of these people. I won't do anything to harm others ever, right?
Yeah.
And I'll listen with open ears and open heart and open mind to anything that's been told that I should that word do. Like I will listen to that, and I will abide by the law, because I am that kind of a person that I will abide by the law. But I'm also not going to live in fear of being alive. I'm just not. And I don't want to. I choose not to. I don't want to be part of.
I choose to feel healthy, connected, vibrant.
Yeah.
What if you just tell yourself that every time you feel worry about the virus? What do I feel now? Worry. Oh, interesting. This is worries about the virus. Interesting. What thought is behind this? Well, I don't know. Maybe because I think I'm a weak person and my immune system is low. And okay, is this thought serving me to have a better state of health now? No. Okay, then I choose to feel strong. I choose to feel connected. I choose to feel this vibrant energy running through my body now. Oh, wow. Thank you. Anyway, I'm not saying that this will fix all the problems. What I'm saying is that it could help in the moment. And by doing it, by repeating it, you create this strength. You make your muscle of choice more, stronger.
Yeah. We are what we say we are. We design our world with our words.
Yeah.
No. We design our world with our words and our thoughts and our actions and our beliefs. That's who we are as people. So by being mindful of that, you can just take charge and control ourselves and our own thoughts and our own beliefs. And while the world is in a hurricane all around us, stay in the center, what makes you feel calm and good, and just and concentrate on what you can do. Put all the focus that splits so much out in the world. Focus on the good. Focus on the connection. Focus on
not only necessarily on the good, but focus it on you and what you're doing. Just do it full-heartedly, 100% being there in what you're doing. Whether you're doing the dishes, whether you clean your house, whether you cook for your family, whether you go to your work and connect with somebody, just be there. Enjoy that, because this is where life is. Life is not happening in the past and the way the thing used to be, is not in that future that we all imagine, either utopic or disastrous. Whatever we imagine that it will come, whatever will come. But what is real and true now is what you're doing now. This is where you have mastery. This is where you can do something. This is where you can actually influence your life in the present, in the moment, in the instant, in what you're doing. And every action, there is no action that is less important than others. And in Ayurveda, we talk about that and how everything that you do adds up to your whatever karma, but it's not understood in the law, in the sense of punishment, but in the sense of accumulating actions that lead to a consequence, of course, right? Because if you smoke every day, of course you can get into, or if you drink every day, or if you eat bad food every day, eventually that will grow into a disease or imbalance. But what I'm saying is that every action that you do either contributes to yourself or goes against you. Every single thing that you do either creates wellness in you or goes against you and creates disease and distress and imbalance. Every single thing, every thought, every belief, every gesture that you're doing, from the smallest to the most important. Washing your hands, washing your face, brushing your teeth, all these things accumulate. Stop brushing your teeth for a while and see what happens. Stop taking a shower for a while and see what happens. No, but see, that's the thing. But everything else, and in your mind, is the same thing. Everything that you do repetitively will influence you more than everything that you do once in a while.
That's right.
So if you are constantly negative and constantly you're dwelling on this negative thinking, what will happen and what will happen and what will happen, criticizing, blah, 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 then the result will be in consequence, accordingly.
Absolutely. And surrounding.
Even if you once in a while come up and say something positive, like, well, on Sunday, things are beautiful, but then Monday, So it's what you do often that matters more than what you do once in a while.
Yeah.
So do this exercise daily. I mean, don't have to do. Does it serve me now? Okay, I understand. It might be true that this is a disaster, but in this, what I'm doing now, drinking my cup of coffee, talking to Danielle, does it help me or not? Yeah. No. Okay, then I choose something else. I want to break free.
We are free, babe. We're free.
We are free.
We are. We're as free as we think we are.
I know I'm very passionate about these things. But my passion is different than yours, but we're both passionate about things.
Oh, God.
Me, I'm going there, come on, go for the truth. Like I'm the incarnation of the universal law. And you are the incarnation of the universal joy and positivity.
Yeah. I just, we are what practice makes perfect. That is it. That is exactly it. Practice makes perfect. So practice.
Exactly.
Practice.
Practice. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And keep a regular schedule. Eat at the same times. Create a routine that you do every day, because these grounds, I mean, look what we do with kids when they're little. I mean, it's routine that keeps the kids, calmer, right?
So like our energy, who we are as people, that spreads out so much into the world.
Yeah.
No, because if someone's having a bad day, it's very easy to take on their negative energy, right? It's very easy to have that, of course, because it's but what we need to do is just to practice realizing that that's their negative energy and that you don't have to take that on. So being mindful of the fact that everyone is emitting this constant energy all the time. What are you emitting to the world? What are you putting out there? Because the world needs more of happiness and joy and love and
grounding and stability.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah.
So be very mindful that what you give out in this world, what we all give out in this world, is taking effect on other things and everything around us, our worlds. So oh God, yeah. Oh, I could talk about that for hours. You know what I'm like, Susie. And also one other thing.
What?
Tribes. Like my mum and dad went on a cruise once. I love the cruise industry. Obviously, it's proper shut down as well at the moment, alongside the industry, the entertainment industry, the events industry. But they went on a cruise once, and they went to it was a very, very tiny little place in the middle of the rainforest, and they had to go down the Amazon, and they went down there, and they were told not to take anything to the tribes, don't take anything to the kids, right? They've got nothing there apart from their tribe, who they are. But they're so filled with joy and happiness.
Oh my
You're not even
goodness.
allowed to take pencils and nothing, right? Because they had nothing. But my mum and dad said they went down the Amazon and they went into this village, and it was a proper...
It gave me goosebumps.
It's the truth, right?
Wow.
And it was a proper tribal village. And they said all they noticed was everyone was smiling, everyone was laughing, the kids were playing with stones and rocks, and it was a proper
sticks
energy. And they're in the middle of a rainforest with this energy, and everything around them is beautiful, and that's what they're emitting to the world. They're emitting this. They didn't need something physical. They don't need tellies. They don't need cars. They don't need proper houses. They needed shelter. They needed each other. That's what they needed. They needed the connection, and they just needed each other. And when somebody died, they were together and they celebrated the life. You know what I mean? And when there's
vibrates all over.
Flipping Nora. And that's who we are. We are that. And throughout the years and the centuries, we've learned that this is important and that is important. And, we need to have this, or,
keep building stuff that is irrelevant.
Break it down to what is really, really, truly important. And when you look at that, these people still exist in our beautiful world. It happens. There's people that are living like this, and that is magic. That's the connection. That's the love. That's everything. That's everything. We don't need anything apart from ourselves and each other. Connection. Flip me. That was flipping intense.
Jesus, yes, it was. I felt it going through. It's the truth. I have a capacity to recognize the truth in my body. It vibrates to the truth. Wow.
It vibrates. It does. Because I believe.
So we're coming back. We're kind of making the circle. Because we're coming back to the first idea, that community, that tribal need that we have, that need to do things together, but in a very simple way. And this is what we have to start to reconnect to. How do we connect simply? You see, the way they communicate, it would be very interesting to study and to observe what they communicate about and how they are just connecting. It's not even through thought. It's just through pure being, I think.
Oh, it's your humanity.
And they laugh. Yeah, their laughter, which is so pure. I've seen some shows on them. Yeah.
It's just do you know what? Well, it's been an hour. I can't believe we've been chatting for an hour.
Oh my goodness. We were worried that we didn't have what to talk about.
That was passionate. Oh, you make me passionate, Susie.
You see? And you made me positive and joyful.
Oh, I love you with all my heart.
Yeah, so to resume,
Yeah.
find your tribe and stick to them. Whatever that is, your family, your religion, your group of meditation, your spiritual practice, whatever that is, create a routine, follow that. Take care of your body. Do things that are good for you. Ask yourself permanently, what am I doing now? Is it serving me or it's against me? And if it's against me, stop doing it. It's simple. You just don't do it. Find out what's behind the negative emotion. Or even if you don't find what it is, not always have the time to do that. Say what it is. This is anxiety. This is panic. This is fear. This is this is that. What would I like to feel instead? Joy and connected, and just claim it out, say it out, send it out loud to the universe.
Yeah.
Universe, I want to feel connected right now. Thank you so much. Woo!
And that's it.
And that's it.
And
And
let
leave
it
it at
go.
that and see what happens.
Let it all free to the world. Bring it on. Right. Oh, I love you with all my heart.
I
Right.
love you too. Hey, that was
Anyone
fun.
that's watching this, I hope you've had as much flipping value out of it as what I
Yeah.
have. That was just brilliant.
Yeah, and please stay tuned. Sam, I'm taking opportunity now. Stay tuned for the course because this is going to be fantastic. The course is
Suzana.
going to be on 3 modules, probably. First one is, as I said, to discuss the philosophy and the principles behind to understand how Ayurveda works. Then it's going to be on the dosha, analyzing the dosha, understanding the dosha, and then analyzing your own constitution to understand what's your own nature. And then discussing the food. What type of food is good for you? Taking all categories of food and discussing them. Are they good for vata, for pitta, or for kapha? So it's a very profound analysis of that. And then the third part will be on your mind. The psychology of Ayurveda, the psychology of the doshas, the deep beliefs for each dosha. It's very interesting. You might want to learn that because it comes together a lot with NLP.
Yeah. I'm interested.
Because for instance, the body, the tendency of your body, it's karmic according to Ayurveda. That means this body carries certain memories, it carries certain tendencies and challenges. And all these challenges are part of your karma. And what they are meant to do is to teach you something. And each dosha has their own, if you want, main challenge. For vata, it's anxiety, get over anxiety. So to develop confidence. For pitta is to get out of the competition and being controlling and aggressive and developing friendship and togetherness. And for kapha, which probably is you, is to get over the attachment, but you're a mix anyway, attachment to the material world. So to move beyond attachment, beyond material, beyond possessions, is to go and find that spiritual nature.
Oh, I'm going to be on your
go beyond attachment and sadness. So, and there's ways, and for each of them, I'm going to do exercise. I'm going to do also some NLP audios, so that to help people reach those states faster. Because through meditation, sometimes it's longer.
Oh wow!
Cheating a little
Brilliant.
bit. So it's going to be a fantastic class. I'm going to have videos and audios and the PDF to download and read and study, but also recipes on how to do your self-massage. What's the daily routine with little videos. I'm going to have some actors, like some of my clients are going to come and play the role in my little videos. It's going to be beautiful. Like, my idea is gorgeous. I don't know how long it's going to take, but maybe a month or 2. Hopefully by the end of the year is done. I hope.
Focus. Well, set your goals, set your intention. You'll grab it, right?
Yeah.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
Right, anyone that's interested, not that anyone wouldn't be interested, because this woman's flipping amazing. Follow Suzana. I'll put her links in the description. Thank you for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure yet again. And have a wonderful weekend. Love you all. And like, subscribe, share, flipping, get value out of it, and share with someone else.
Choose how you want to feel. Choose now how you want to feel. Lots of love. Thank you, Danielle.
Oh, I love you. Hold on. In the